Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is The Mad Knives, a 5-album, 5-movie sci-fi concept project, and today we're doing a weekly journal entry. This is TMK021, 21 weeks into the internet portion of this project. Where are we? We are in album and movie 1 out of 5, moving right along. The last vocalist is tracking, and I got in touch with an animator. Show the logo, play the music. Okay, so what happened last week? I actually kind of got a lot of stuff done. So, first half of the farmer tracks are finished. And that's very cool. First half farmer vocals done. He's working on the second half, possibly as we speak. I'm very excited to get those and see and hear what that all sounds like. The next thing that I did a little homepage redesign on the website. And that actually looks kind of cool. The website had just sort of been sitting there for a little while, and it was all very like mysterious and obtuse. So I went to the homepage and split it up into 5 sections, of course 5, to help people have a couple of different ways to sort of enter into the project. So it talks about the Mad Knives themselves. It talks about how I'm building it in public, doing these journal entries. There's a section about the story of the Mad Knives, like the characters and the spaceship and what's going on with the rogue incoming planet on a certain collision course with Earth. There's a section about the drum groove series, including a link to my book, and a 5th section, which I can't remember right now, but I'll try to put these on the screen so you can kind of see what's going on. And if you haven't been to the website, it's getting kind of cool to check out themadknives.com. I also started up a TikTok page, and I wasn't sure about doing this because it's kind of weird over there. But I started up a TikTok at the Mad Knives, and I'm actually catching up. I started all the way at the very beginning because I've kept all the videos for the past 21 weeks. So right now I'm posting like 5 or 6 times a day on TikTok just to try to get through all of these shorts to catch us back up to real time. And I'm going to talk about that in the feelings section because it's sort of bringing up some things. But the coolest thing that happened last week is I emailed an animator that I've been following on Instagram, and I really, really like the style that she works in, and I've sort of been waiting for the right time to try to send her a message and, kind of freaking out in my mind about it. But I actually finally just sat down and did it. I emailed her, I think like 3 days ago, and miraculously and beautifully, she emailed me back this morning. So this leads us into our next section of the journal entry and my weekly favorite, feelings. So I'm teasing what's going on with the animator, but let's talk about TikTok. So as part of starting this TikTok and going back to the beginning of these shorts to post a whole bunch and get that platform caught up to what's going on YouTube and Instagram. As a result of that, I've been watching the old videos, and it's weird to call them old because it feels like this whole project is very new, and I keep forgetting that I've been doing this for 21 weeks now. So when I went to post the first shorts on TikTok, I watched the very first short. And friends, we have come a long way. I didn't even realize how basic and rough these very first videos were. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that I'm making Hollywood motion pictures right now or anything like that, but compared to 20 weeks ago, honestly, the whole thing has come a really, really long way. And I don't know if I would have really thought of that or noticed that if I hadn't started up this TikTok and it made me watch some of the old videos. So like, part of it is painful. Like, I won't lie. Part of it is like, oh my goodness, I've been posting this and telling people to watch it. But I think that's a sure sign of gradual improvement, is that if you look at yourself 4 months ago, you might think it's not very good, but that's fine. The whole thing has been growing and improving and growing and improving with every iteration. So it was really cool to remind myself that the iterative process actually works. I didn't even realize I was doing it, but just by repeating and doing these videos, like, we've been doing 2 a week, and if this is week 21, and I think before that started, I had like pre-produced 3 videos. So we're somewhere around 45 videos in now, and I'm not saying that's a million, but it sure is more than one. So very very sort of humbling on one hand to look at these old videos, and also inspiring to know that things are getting better and better and improving as we go along. So that's very cool. The other feeling I'm having is that I just am really excited to talk about animation and the movie. This whole, I know there's an E in excited. For this whole project, the movie is the thing that has seemed furthest from my grasp, as I've never made any types of videos like that before at all. I've made recordings and albums and singles and all this stuff before. I have at least some experience doing that, but never made a movie. So to even have received a response from this animator whose work I really think is incredible is a really crazy first step. And I'm going to talk a little bit in what's next about how I'm moving forward with this, but I just am really excited that it sounds like I might actually be able to talk about the movie and the animation and the style and all my ideas around how the movie should work. Very stoked to have that closer to a reality. And that feeling is in stark relief against the next feeling I've been having, which is artistic trepidation. And I think we've talked about this before. The vocals are almost done. And when the vocals are done, that means all the tracking is done. And that means I have all the content I require to finish the first album. And it's all going to be on me to go through and make choices about which vocal takes to use, get my sessions in order so they don't look messy, and I can hand them off to somebody to do the mixing. And I'll have to make production notes and things for the mix engineer like we've been talking about. And if I'm being really honest, man, I'm dragging my feet about it. I could be doing some of that work right now. I could be doing it later today. I could be working on it tomorrow, but I'm just frozen like a deer in headlights, waiting for the final half of the Farmer's tracks. And even that doesn't make sense because I'm waiting for vocal tracks for one of the parts on 4 of the songs, which means that 6 of the songs are totally vocal tracked, and I could be doing this vocal producing and editing and choosing takes and working on mix notes. I could be doing that for 6 of the 10 songs. I'm not doing it. I wrote in my notes, I'm delaying it because I'm scared. That's the most honest way I can say it. I'll get over it. But right now, I'm just terrified. Like, I'm just so scared that I'm going to make these decisions and it's going to be a final product and it's not going to live up to what's been in my head. And of course it won't. I've been working on this for like 6 years on. I mean, not 6 years hard the whole time. I spent a couple years trying not to make it, and that didn't work at all. But this whole thing has been in my head for years, and declaring it done and releasing it into the light of day is so scary. So I'll get over it, but right now I'm just frozen. Like, just being an artist, being all in my own head about it, being way too picky, not finishing it, and it keeps taking me back to early in this project. I was talking to my very best friend and oldest musical collaborator about what, like, at the time we were just talking about how do I find vocalists and stuff like this, and he made a very good point, which I know I've talked about before. He said something like, do whatever you have to do to ship product. And I know that we don't want to think about our artistic endeavors as product, but this is software developer speak, sort of. He was saying, do whatever I have to do to finish the album and release the album, because otherwise it's just going to be stuck in this non-existence, in this weird purgatory forever. And I think this is something that artists of any stripe go through all the time. And I know I'm going to get through it. And I know at some point I'm just going to bite down and make these choices. But right now, I'm way too in my head about it. So I'm going to have to get over it. I will. Not right now, though. Okay, what's next? We're going to finish The Farmer. And once that's done, I really will have no excuse not to go do the vocal editing. Right now I have like this little excuse of like, well, The Farmer's not done yet. Yeah, sure. Immediately, what's next? Let's get back to the animator. So in her email response, she had several questions, which were very cogent and good questions. And I'm glad she asked them, because to me, it means that she's interested in stepping at least a little further into this universe and seeing what she feels about it. So I need to do some homework for the animator, which includes making sort of like a lore or a story Bible of sorts. And I'm going to have to be very careful not to make this too long, but I need to produce like a summary of the project from a couple different aspects and perspectives to let her a little more into the universe and decide if she's interested and if she has time and things like this. So I have animator homework, and that's homework for the animator. That's what I plan to do later today and or tomorrow. Animator homework, which is exciting to me. Partially because I've been wanting to talk about this for a long time, but also because if I'm doing homework for the animator, I don't have to worry about vocal edits. Procrastination is a hilarious thing. Okay, so beyond that, I would like to mention there is a new video in the Drum Groove series. This is for the 4th song off the album, which is titled We're on Fire. Believe it or not, in the story, it's a good thing that they're on fire. The Drum Groove series has been going very well. This particular song has a very odd 5/4 groove in it. It's actually so odd that it's not even in my drum book. Oh, my drum book? The 10/8 drum method. Quintuplet drum grooves for modern backbeat music. Available on Amazon, link below. Sorry, I had to plug it. Drummers love it. So the Drum Groove series, if you're a drummer especially, go check out the Drum Groove series. There's some very interesting things happening over there. All right. I think we made it to the end of the weekly journal. Lots of stuff happened this week, and I'm pretty excited about all of it. You can follow me and learn more about this whole project on the website, themadknives.com, freshly redesigned homepage over there. And now you can follow me also on Instagram and TikTok at the Mad Knives. So do as much internet as you would like in reference to the Mad Knives. I'll see you wherever you show up. I think that's about it for this week. Thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.